It's good to be back. Never has there been a more important time than now. You're now. Saul's now. Everyone's now. This is the seat where you have immense power. Excuse us. We needed to manipulate some bubbles in order not to be interrupted by biological necessity. Your now is the point of power, and this to Saul is not new news. He learned this from the Sith material, but we wish to expand on it in that you all think about the future, stress about the future, your daily situations, things coming up in the week, the month, in the next year. All the while dealing with the past. In those experiences that you are anticipating the future, some of those interactions, whether they be events or people, may have a connection to events and people or people in the past. And so you have this going on. Meanwhile, you're here. Some people can be described as living in the past. They can't get over what has happened, and it affects their now and how they anticipate the future. It can be suffocating, and therefore, excuse us, they are unable to face the future or choose their next off-ramp on their paths. And so they continue to go down the same path, always looking over their shoulder, almost walking backwards, if you can imagine. The point of power is right now. Because if you think about it, it could be very liberating to think about. You can have the past affect you every minute of every day. Or you could leave it behind. But think of it as you are carrying all of this luggage, which many people call baggage in a negative term. But there is positive and negative baggage. If you simply dropped in your mind all of your baggage, would that be so good? And then you have to judge what is good baggage and what is bad. That could take some time. You might want to rummage through all of your baggage to see what you want to continue to carry forward. But what if you dropped it all? What if you started anew? Right from this moment or shortly after you finish watching this video, or tomorrow, or in the new year. What would that be like? You could say, I'm going to try it. I am not going to let the past dictate my present and affect my future decisions or my plans. What would that look like? Would it include your vices and addictions? Would it include those family members you think have wronged you? Or friends, or ex-partners or lovers? Does it mean not communicating with those people or that job, leaving your job, or your habits behind? It could. It depends on how you feel it should be. The past affects you because you allow it to. The answer isn't always to quit your job, or quit people, or quit doing the things you have been doing. It can simply mean you're not going to carry the water for those situations or people any longer. You're going to declare your freedom and leave that baggage or that luggage, if you prefer to avoid viewing it as negative, behind. And instead, look at those events or people as learning experiences. And if you haven't been able to learn from them, don't drop the baggage. But take some time to try and learn from those events or people, no matter how difficult that is or can seem to be. You might want to write it out. You might want to sit and meditate on it. Each event that is bothering you. It might take some time. It might take half of your new year, for example, with the goal being that halfway through you will have gone through your baggage, learned from what it was each event or person was put in your path to teach you, and then say, I am ready to turn around from my luggage and start anew. And you may find it is difficult to do that. You may find emotions you didn't know you had buried deep down in each suitcase. It might be difficult work, but we will say it could be extremely important work. We will make no promises that it will be worth it in each of your cases. It could be highly traumatic, triggering. You might need someone to discuss it with. You might need to actually discuss it with the person involved. And if it is an event, for example, most likely a tragedy, you might need to discuss it with a few people who are either involved in the event or have knowledge of it. But be wary if you discuss it with a single person or numerous people to set forth a rule saying, I don't want you to give me your opinion on it. I want you to tell me what you saw, as if viewing an accident and trying to give the authorities the facts of what you saw. Many lawyers will argue that eyewitness accounts, more often than not, are not reliable. We are not in a courtroom. It's simply making sure what happened, if it was an event or a person, personal interaction, that you have your facts straight, that you who have been carrying around this luggage actually got it right. In order to face it, what if you got it wrong? What if you took it the wrong way? Something was said, for example, or something was done in your mind, and you thought for sure you knew the motivation behind it. Again, if it requires discussing it, we are not looking for opinions, you could say. Because then that person may feel that they need to come to your defense and put their stamp on it. You were right to leave this person. Oh, that was terrible what they did. Oh, that was terrible what happened. You may find a person who says, so-and-so told me, or I really felt that they were going to end their life. And they promised me not to say anything, for example. Facts, not opinions, can help you learn from your past in order for you to best rummage through your luggage. If you even want to do this exercise. Maybe you enjoy carrying such a large load down your path. Can you see how much more difficult it is to look ahead if you are so burdened with where you've been? right.